What's up, guys? Back here with another vinyl update for you guys. I already tried filming this once, and then I had some kind of issue with the file on my phone. It was too high quality to use or something. It wouldn't load. I have no idea what the situation is with that, but I'm kind of annoyed about it. But whatever, who cares? So I'm just going to cut into it. We are listening to something I haven't listened to in a while. This is Ghostwood Lands by Streborg, whatever, in the background. I don't know, man. I just felt the need to revisit this band right now because I used to listen to tons of this band. And it just really hasn't been something I've listened to much of lately. But it's great. So that, and then we're drinking nothing particularly special. It's just a regular straight up Guinness, which I had something cooler in the previous video. It was a German Pilsner, which has been more of what I've been in the mood for lately. But that was my last one, so that's extra bothersome. Pour up a pint. Gotta love it. You know, it's a classic beer. How do you hate it? It doesn't get any smoother. It's basically chocolate milk for adults, so not Strovia. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Alright, let's get down to it. First thing. Dawn. Whatever that says. Surrogate Pod, whatever. But this is the second proper release, I guess. It's an EP that came out after their debut album. Beautiful, beautiful front cover, obviously. Y'all have all seen this one. This is nothing particularly nuts, I would say. But, you know, great stereotypical black metal photos in the back. It's just 4 songs on this EP. And they're all really good. Most of them clock in close to the 6-7 minute mark. Here's the inner sleeve. This great band photo. This dude rocking the Marduk shirt. Everybody else looking off in the distance. I wonder what they're looking at. Notice most of them are looking that way. I'm intrigued. I bet one of their homies is distracting them or something. Except this guy. This guy's just stone-faced. It must be that haircut. He's like, man, I look stupid compared to the rest of these guys. Maybe I should grow out my hair or look ominously off in the distance. I don't know, one of the two. But, lyrics on that side. Not all the lyrics, which is really stupid. Silver LP. Silver, like, crumped foil look on it. I don't know exactly what the word for that would be. I guess foil. But, it's great, man. This is top-tier Swedish melodic black metal. And I've been gluttonously gobbling up all kinds of melodic black metal lately. It's really been the style of choice for me of the past, I don't know, week. I've just been like compulsively listening to Old Man's Child and Ethereal, and it's been wonderful. It really, really has. So Dawn Rules, really excited to have this in the collection. I got this for Christmas from one of my homies. Next, I picked this bad boy up from Nick over at the Motley Crue Forever channel. Nordvind by Storm. Storm is amazing. It's one of the greatest Norwegian metal albums ever, I would say. Here's the beautiful front cover. So if you guys are somehow not familiar with this, this is a side project of Satir and Fenriz, and I don't know who this woman is, but she's also on here. She's very, very good at what she does on here. It's mostly just vocals, but it's very fitting. So the classic, iconic album cover. I would love to get a t-shirt of that. More iconic band photos. This one you probably recognize from all the Isengard stuff. This album came out in 1995. There's Satir Vongraven. They really do nail it on this, man. This record, if you guys aren't familiar with this, it's similar to that Isengard style, but it's a lot more, lot less black metal, I should say. It's a lot more straight up kind of proto-folk metal, very obviously influenced by the best era of Bathory and, you know, traditional Norse folk music, which I feel like is something that has really managed to be an important thing for a lot of people in this genre. So the Storm record's great. Just comes out in black wax. Y'all know what that looks like, right? I figure. I really like the LP labels as well. Looks really nice. They're the same on both sides as well, other than the A and B. Yeah, you'll find yourself humming along a lot of these melodies very, very quickly, and it's just a really fun listen. It's really memorable. It's interesting. It's a great kind of folk black Viking metal record. It's not particularly black. I think there might be like 2 blast beats on the whole record, so that's something. Alright, next, a little bit of death metal for you. This is Symphoniae Infernus et Spira Imperium by My Dying Bride. This is the debut My Dying Bride EP. I believe they had a demo or 2 out before this. I think it's 1 demo from 1991. 91's a very early start. Honestly, didn't really realize this band is as old as they are. It's great though. I really, really like this album. It's quite the different departure from what they turned into. It does not come with any inner or anything like that, but it did come with this really cool Peaceville flyer. Vinyl catalog. I didn't remember the exact pressing in the first place, but from looking at it, like Old Star from Darkthrone is new, so what would that be, 2014, 2016? Then it's got, some Mortem stuff, Mortis Skull, Mysticum, Cancer, Bloodbath, maybe not 2014. My phone decided to stop recording, but I was still going through this thing here. But yeah, you got a bunch of really, really cool different releases kind of all listed out on the side of this Peaceful thing. So that's really, really cool. It came on Black Wax here, which y'all probably know what Black Wax looks like. By now, at least I just showed one. Cool, simple label there. The head from, like, the close-up head from the EP cover. This album's a lot different, man. It's definitely not as atmospheric and pretty, but it's still pretty crushing. It's got like a grinding guitar tone. I don't mean it in like a grindcore sense as much as it sounds like grinding metal. It sounds like grinding gears having an issue, doing what gears do. And it's a cool guitar tone to hear. It really doesn't sound like the rest of the My Dying Bride catalog in any way, in all honesty. But, this is a great EP. Would recommend picking it up if you ever see it. Next, classic, Darkthrone, A Blaze in the Northern Sky. You guys know this album incredibly well. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this one. I picked this up from my buddy. I was like, what do you want for it? And he's like, I don't know, we'll figure it out. Then we went somewhere and I bought his food, and then the LP was mine. So, classic record, no proper inner, but it did come in this printed inner with some great stuff, talking about the record from Nocturnal Culto, an interview in 2009. Here we go with a bunch of the lyrics, and obviously this kind of an album I feel like only makes sense on like black or white wax. So great, looks really good. I like the simplicity of that label. This is an album I got into pretty early on with within my black metal career, I would say. Obviously, I've only been into black metal for like 8 years-ish, 8 some odd, maybe 9. But that's nothing like a lot of the guys who are here on YouTube. I'm a youngin' compared to them, but I've been doing this YouTube thing for, as if I could have uploaded the last video. I kind of like had the revelation that I've been doing this for 8 years in the video, which is wild. So we're creeping up on a decade of this channel, so we'll have to do something special in 2 years when I get to that point. But yeah, Blaze in the Northern Sky. Next, one of my favorite albums of all time. I don't even want to say my favorite metal albums, just one of my favorite albums of all time. Agalloch with Pale Folklore. This band is amazing. Everything about this band is brilliant. I absolutely adore every single second of this album. Looks really, really nice. It's a nice matte cardstock with a gorgeous gorgeous gatefold that I'm struggling to open. Look at that. Looks great. There's other guys in the band. This is their first debut album from, honestly, never mind, 1999. I forgot what year it was exactly. But, you know, this is classic track after classic track. You know, Hallways of Enchanted Ebony, and As Embers Dress the Sky, or She Painted Fire Across the Skyline. It's absolutely brilliant. So this is side D. I grabbed the wrong one first. Here's the printed inner, by the way. Like that. Like that. There you go. So yeah, side D. Side C. Very, very cool. I grabbed the wrong ones. Both the printed inners are just snowy trees and lyrics. So it's kind of hard to keep track of. Here we go. Printed inner. Looks very, very nice. This is a repress from 2013. I don't remember if I said that already. But this is side A. And then this is side B. Right there. And please, anybody who presses LPs for a living, put numbers on your sides. Or sorry, put letters, side A, B, C, D. Come on, mark your stuff, boys. You guys, I don't care if it's artsy fartsy. If you want to look outside your freaking window, looking all somber and angry, I really don't care. Just put an A underneath you being somber, okay? Like, I don't know, man. It really irks me when people don't do that, or they don't number the track lists on their CD, or they write it in something completely illegible. What are you even doing? I don't know. It irks me beyond belief, but whatever. Next. Oh, also, that's the most I've ever spent on an LP. It wasn't way too much. I mean, it's more than I like to spend, but it's not the most expensive LP by any means that I've ever done. But this next one is Riot with Fire Down Under. I bought this specifically off of the Heavy Metallurgy stream recommendations, basically. Everybody's going crazy about this on there. Specifically Alan. Alan's a big Riot guy, I've noticed. Check out that album cover. Terrible, and it's great, and I love that about it, is every kind of corn and cheese you could expect from a great 1980s metal record. But speaking of, man, this band is everything you're expecting in 1980s stuff. It's got a ton of that, you know, that old school rock and roll kind of street rock feel. They're from New York, which would make sense. And, you know, they really capture that, you know, that early AC/DC, kind of early Iron Maiden, you know, barroom brawler, baggy blue jeans and a cut-off white, or a white t-shirt with the cigarettes rolled up in the sleeve, kind of, you know, like fist fighting greaser barfly type of feel. And at least this album has that to me a lot. They do also pick up a little bit on the speed, especially for 1981. That wasn't the most popular thing to be doing, so it's really cool to see these guys doing it. This band also contains two members that are no longer with us, being the vocalist and I think the guitar player. Comes in that original nasty smoker yellow white sleeve, which that's how you know this album was well loved, man. Just a quick little electro label, nothing particularly insane about it, but you know, I'm glad to have it. I'm glad I followed what Alan had to say about this one and gave it a listen. Picked it up used at a record store. What's the worst that could happen? You trust the guys from Heavy Metallurgy. Most of the time, you're pretty much going to be in good shape. Unless you're talking about industrial. Sorry, no thanks. Riot. Next is two albums from one band. The first one is the debut album from Blut aus Nord called Ultima Thule. This album's really good. This is from 1995. Which is very early on for that French scene. This was going on at the same time as LLN was still putting stuff out. I mean, like, I think this is the same year as Black Millennium Grimly Reborn by Mutilation. Actually, no, that's 1999. This predates that quite a bit. And this is really drinking from the waters of Emperor Satir Khan, early enslaved. Here's a printed inner. Ultima Thule. And a big old passage in French, which is absolutely useless to me because I have not a clue in the world what that's supposed to mean. I picked this up off of Melanie Loves Death Metal in her distro. I used to really love this album cover until I got a really good look at it. It's still pretty cool, but like, good golly, I could draw that. That ain't really all that impressive by any means. I used to think it was like some kind of heady nonsense. It looks like a discount kind of Passage de Hiver cover. It comes on this really cool, like, dotty, almost blue vinyl. You pretty much only see it through the light. If you don't, it just looks blue. See, kind of like marble blue. I don't know. It's really, really cool. I like it. If you guys know what this exact style of vinyl coloration is called, let me know, because I've never known what to call a record like this. I really don't have any records like this, in all honesty. But you know, I'm really, really glad to own this one. Blue Dot's Nord has been a band that has regularly impressed me over the years. So to get their debuts, more humble beginnings, you know, more simplistic and old school, maybe a little bit more derivatives beginnings is great. And then their second to newest album, which is actually my favorite, Hallucinogen, picked this up also from Melanie Loves Death Metal. This is the 2019 or 2020 edition, because it came out in 2019. This is the version that comes in the high gloss slipcase. Let me get this out of there. The LP jacket. It's a gatefold inside of a slipcase. And then here's the gatefold with the awesome cover. I really, really love this album cover. Back cover of this horrifying looking thing, which is actually just a mushroom. And then this is kind of psychedelic, almost like Traced in Error, cynic kind of looking psychedelia in the middle there. Printed inner, being this, what I would have thought was a jellyfish with a million eyes, is actually a floating mushroom in space, I guess, with a million eyes. It's all glossy, and then this side is all matte, and it has all that constellation nonsense. Your annoying cousin at your family reunion keeps trying to tell you that I'm such a Libre or whatever nonsense. So it's actually the only picture disc I also own. I don't remember which side is particularly which, but here is this side with the skull and the specialty cover, the special edition slipcase cover, I mean. And what's really nice about this in particular picture disc is it has no surface noise whatsoever. Not even between songs do I notice a surface noise, which is really, really nice. So this is a really nice high quality picture disc that's done super, super well. I mean, look, it's nice and thick. This is, I don't know, I would probably guess it's 180 gram or 160, maybe 140 at the least gram vinyl. You could knock somebody out with this thing, let me tell you. And it would be pretty too, because you get that sick, you get that really sick looking, get that really sick looking picture disc on there. Struggling a bit. Sorry, my phone's notifying me. My phone's being a real jerk today, you know that? I'm kind of sick of dealing with technology here, so I'm glad I'm on my last LP. Blue Dot's Nord. And then the last LP here is on the subject of mortality by one of my favorite bands, Panopticon. This is a repress from, I don't even know what year this is a repress from, but it sure is amazing. You got this beautiful, beautiful foil stamp on there, both on the framing and the logo and the writing on the subject of mortality. I have a t-shirt of this album cover. Very, very cool looking. And then on the back here, one of the coolest backs on all the, this is like the Binder Nordvis look. One of the coolest styles of back. All of them, more spot gloss foil stamping. Here's the inside. Here is a big explanation of what the album is about and stuff like that, which you can read for yourself. Go buy the album, it's amazing. One of my favorite Panopticon promos. And in typical fashion, or non-typical fashion, we actually have the lyrics for some of these songs, which is different. You don't get that a lot with Panopticon. Austin's usually very personal with his lyrics and doesn't like sharing, which is okay. I understand that as somebody who writes lyrics myself. I'm not like that, but I do understand why some people are like that. This wonderful, wonderful LP that I'm an enormous, enormous fan of. It looks very, very good. Very cool. Printed inner, very cool labels. I'm not particularly certain who that woman is. It might be his wife, Becca. I don't remember. I've only met Austin once, and it was when I was at a Panopticon show and I kind of only knew who Becca was because he was with her, and he jumped off stage because some loser was trying to give her crap in the crowd, and being the wonderful protective husband of which I assume he is, based off of how he carries himself and his willingness to jump off stage for her, went to her rescue to take care of whatever business needed to be done. So I appreciate that. Makes me love Panopticon even more. So, amazing album. It's got a lot of that kind of crusty-ish feel to it, but a lot of the atmospheric black metal. It's like atmospheric black metal with that crusty feel, you know. That kind of got lost on the albums to come, you know. The Kentucky and On really doesn't embrace a lot of that hardcore stuff. Maybe a little on Roads to the North, but it's not so much on these. So yeah, that's good on this here update, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. After this one, I got a CD update, then a tape update, another CD update, then a vinyl update, and then I am doing my CD collection. So I am excited for times to come. I'll see y'all soon. Keep it greasy.